When a struggling McDonald's employee pays for a late-night customer's meal, she thinks nothing of it. Just a small act of kindness for a man who forgot his wallet. But when the video of her gesture goes viral, Ana Morales is fired from her job, leaving her future uncertain. Then, an unexpected email arrives. The sender? Keanu Reeves. The man she helped that night wasn't just any customer. He was one of the most beloved actors in the world. And what he's about to reveal will change everything Ana thought she knew about her past, her future, and the power of one simple act. Before we continue this story, let us know where you're watching from. And if you enjoy stories like this, subscribe to the channel, because tomorrow we have another special story for you. The cold glow of the McDonald's neon signs flickered softly over the empty sidewalk. Inside the restaurant, Ana Morales wiped down the counter for the third time that night, more out of habit than necessity. The night shift was rarely busy, except on weekends, when drunk partygoers stumbled in looking for a cheap meal. But on this ordinary Wednesday, the place was nearly deserted. Ana glanced at the clock on the wall. 2:47 a.m. She let out a long sigh, feeling the weight of the past few weeks pressing heavily on her shoulders. Her body was exhausted, but her mind felt even worse. Fatigue had settled in like a second skin, no longer just physical, but an ever-present burden that followed her from the moment she woke up to the moment she collapsed into bed at the end of the day. She grabbed a damp cloth and started wiping the tables near the counter. Her eyes drifted toward the empty street beyond the glass. The asphalt gleamed under the streetlights, a faint mist beginning to settle over the road. There was something about the silence of the night that made her thoughts louder, harder to ignore. Late rent, overdue electricity bill, maxed out credit card. Ana closed her eyes briefly. She had been working at this McDonald's for 3 years. The paycheck barely covered the essentials, but she stretched every penny to make sure Lucas, her 16-year-old brother, had some stability. He deserved that much. Lucas dreamed of becoming a filmmaker. He spent hours watching old movies, analyzing scripts, and editing short videos on his phone. Despite everything, he never complained. In fact, he always told her that one day he would turn their story into a film. One day our lives will change, Ana, I promise. She wanted to believe that, but reality was harsh. Every passing day made that bright future seem further away. Ana blinked, shaking off the dark thoughts. She had to focus on work. At the counter, Marcos, the other night shift employee, scrolled through his phone without much interest. He barely acknowledged her presence. Maybe he was watching a funny video or just killing time until the shift ended. Ana turned to the trash bin beside the register and bent down to change the bag. The sound of crinkling plastic echoed in the empty restaurant. Then, from outside, a noise shattered the stillness. Vroom. The roar of a motorcycle broke through the quiet night, disrupting the momentary peace. Ana straightened quickly and looked toward the entrance. The bright headlights flashed against the glass, and a second later, the bike came to a stop. Her heart pounded slightly faster. At this hour, every customer was an unknown. She never knew if she was about to serve a harmless late-night visitor or someone with bad intentions. The McDonald's door swung open, and a man stepped inside. Dressed in a dark jacket and a baseball cap, he walked toward the counter with steady but unhurried steps. His face was partially shadowed, but something about him seemed oddly familiar. Ana straightened her posture behind the register, forcing herself into professional mode despite her exhaustion. "Good evening. What would you like?" she asked, her voice coming out slightly rougher than she intended. The man lifted his gaze to meet hers, and for a moment Ana hesitated. His features, there was something about his face, a sense of familiarity that she couldn't quite place. Had she seen him before? Maybe just another late-night regular, or maybe, no, she was probably just imagining things. The man stopped in front of the counter, slowly pulling off his leather gloves and tucking them into the pocket of his dark jacket. His baseball cap was tilted slightly forward, shadowing part of his face. But even so, Ana felt a strange familiarity in his features. He looked tired, not just the kind of tired that comes from a long day, but something deeper, like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. Ana cleared her throat and pulled the register screen toward her. "Good evening. What would you like?" she asked, keeping her tone professional. The man lifted his eyes to her and smiled, a small, genuine smile. "A coffee and a small order of fries, please." Anna nodded, entering the order. Simple, just enough to curb his hunger. "Will you be paying with cash or card?" The man reached into his jacket pocket and began searching for something. He checked one side, then the other. A subtle change crossed his face as he realized his wallet wasn't there. He furrowed his brows and took a step back, patting his back pockets. Nothing. "Damn," he muttered under his breath. Then, looking up at Anna, he seemed slightly embarrassed. "I think I forgot my wallet." Anna blinked. He let out a small, sheepish laugh. "Well, this is awkward. I guess I'll have to head back and grab it. Sorry for wasting your time." He turned to leave, but Anna acted before she could think twice. "Wait." The man stopped, looking at her with curiosity. Anna reached into her apron, pulled out her own debit card, and swiped it through the machine. "What?" He frowned. "It's already paid for." The man stood still for a moment, as if he wasn't sure he had heard her correctly. "But why?" Anna shrugged. "Because you look tired, and because sometimes a small act of kindness can make a difference in someone's day. Consider it on me." He stared at her, his dark eyes studying her intently. Then something unexpected happened. His expression softened, and the smile he gave now was different from before. It wasn't just gratitude, it was something deeper. He rubbed the back of his neck, clearly touched by the gesture. "This doesn't happen to me often." Anna raised an eyebrow, crossing her arms. "So, do you accept it or not?" He let out a quiet laugh, shaking his head. "I accept, and I really appreciate it." Anna simply nodded and turned to prepare the order. As she poured the coffee and grabbed the fries, she could still feel his gaze on her. It was strange. There was something about him that seemed familiar, but she couldn't put her finger on it. When she finally placed the tray on the counter, the man picked up the coffee cup and held it for a moment, as if lost in thought. Small gestures change the world. Anna blinked. "What?" "What you said. Small gestures make a difference. I agree, the world needs more people like that." She didn't know what to say. She just offered a small nod in return. The man picked up his tray and turned to leave. But before stepping outside, he paused for a brief second and looked at her again. His eyes flickered with something. Recognition? As if he had seen her before. But where? He hesitated for a moment, then gave one last faint smile and disappeared through the door. Anna stood there, watching his silhouette fade into the night. "Weird guy," she murmured to herself. She had no idea that brief encounter would change her life forever. The rest of the night passed quietly after the strange customer left. Anna went back to her routine, wiping tables, organizing supplies, and trying to shake off the odd feeling the man had left behind. Meanwhile, Marcos, the other night shift employee, was leaning against the fryer, eyes glued to his phone. "Dude, you're not gonna believe this." Anna glanced at him, raising an eyebrow. "What?" He turned his phone toward her. On the screen, a video was paused, and she was in it. "What the hell is this?" she asked, grabbing the phone from his hand. Marcos grinned. "I filmed it when you paid for that guy's food. It was such a cool moment, I thought it was worth sharing." Anna's stomach dropped. She hit play, watching the scene unfold. The man in the dark jacket, realizing he forgot his wallet. Anna swiping her own card, his look of surprise. And at the end, that mysterious smile before he walked out. But what truly startled her was the number of views and comments flooding the screen. 10 million views? You're going viral, Anna, and the best part? Marcos chuckled, pointing at the video's caption. McDonald's employee pays for a customer's meal. Small gestures change the world. The comment section was going wild. This is the kind of kindness we need in the world. She deserves a raise. Wait, is that Keanu Reeves? Dude, I swear that looks like Keanu. Look at the way he smiles at the end. Someone find this woman and give her a reward. Anna felt her face heat up. Marcos, what did you do? Relax, this is great. You're an internet sensation. Anna wasn't so sure. Something about this sudden exposure made her stomach twist. She never wanted to be famous. She never wanted millions of people analyzing her gestures, her expressions, her life. This will blow over soon, right? She asked hopefully. Marcos shrugged. Maybe not. By the time Anna got off work at 6 in the morning, the world still seemed the same. The sky was starting to lighten. The cold night breeze lingered in the empty streets, and headlights flickered along the avenues. She took her usual bus, resting her forehead against the window, trying to shake off the nagging feeling that something was about to happen. But as soon as she stepped off at her stop, she realized that something already had. 2 teenage girls were sitting on a bench near her apartment building. The moment they saw her, they exchanged excited looks. One of them pulled out her phone and started recording. Anna picked up her pace. When she reached the entrance of her building, the doorman greeted her with an amused smile. "Well, well, we have a celebrity among us." "Oh, come on, Claudio," he chuckled, opening the door. "My daughter sent me your video this morning. You're all over the internet. They're calling you a hero." Anna rolled her eyes, trying to suppress the rising panic inside her. She climbed the stairs to the small apartment she shared with Lucas. When she opened the door, she found her brother in pajamas, clutching his phone with wide eyes. "Anna, what now?" He spun the screen toward her. A news website had plastered a headline across its homepage. "McDonald's employee pays for a mystery customer's meal, touches the internet. Was it Keanu Reeves?" Anna ran a hand over her face. "Oh no." "Oh yes," Lucas shouted, thrilled. "Anna, you're going viral. Look how many followers you've gained. People are even trying to send you money on TikTok." This cannot be real. But it was, and it was only getting started. Anna's phone vibrated. A message popped up on the screen. "Anna, urgent meeting. Come to the restaurant now. Mr. Claudio." Her stomach sank. The McDonald's manager never sent messages like that. Lucas looked at her. "That's not good, is it?" "Definitely not." She took a deep breath, grabbed her jacket, and rushed out the door. Minutes later, as she walked into the restaurant, she could feel the employees' eyes on her. Some were smiling, others whispering. Mr. Claudio, the manager, was waiting at the office door. "Anna, we need to talk. Now." "I paid with my money. I didn't give anything away for free. That doesn't matter." Claudio's tone was dismissive. "You broke company policy. If we make an exception for you, we'd have to make one for everyone. What if next time someone gives free food to another celebrity or any random customer? This sets a dangerous precedent." Anna felt frustration bubbling inside her. "So kindness is against the rules now?" The manager rubbed his face, clearly losing patience. "It's not about kindness, Anna. It's about company policy. And unfortunately, the decision has already been made." A heavy silence filled the room. Anna's heartbeat pounded in her ears. "You're firing me?" Claudio nodded. "Yes, you are officially terminated." Anna opened her mouth to argue, but then stopped. She realized there was nothing she could say. This was unfair. This was ridiculous. But it was happening. Claudio grabbed a brown envelope from his desk and slid it toward her. "Here are your papers, your final paycheck and severance details." Anna felt her eyes sting, but she refused to cry in front of him. She stood up, grabbed the envelope, and walked to the door. Before leaving, she turned back and said, "I did the right thing." Claudio didn't respond. Anna walked out of the office with her head held high, but inside, everything was falling apart. The moment she stepped out of the restaurant, a small group of people outside started murmuring. "Hey, you're the girl from the video, aren't you?" Anna tried to ignore them, but then she noticed more phones being raised, recording her. "What happened in there? Did they fire you?" Anna stopped. She was about to say that she didn't want to talk about it, but then she felt something shift inside her. She was tired of staying silent. She looked directly into one of the phones recording her and said, "Yes, I just got fired, all because I paid for a customer's meal with my own money after he forgot his wallet." Silence. Then someone shouted, "What?" The outrage was instant. Social media exploded in real time. "She got fired? That's insane. McDonald's, explain this. If they fire an employee for being kind, I'm never eating there again." #Justice for Anna is already trending. As Anna walked home, her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. The story was blowing up faster than she could have ever imagined. She still didn't know how she was going to pay rent, how she would help Lucas, how she would get out of this mess. But one thing was clear. The internet was on her side. But they did. Anna sighed, sinking onto the couch beside him. Lucas ran a hand through his hair, exasperated. Okay, but now what? How are we going to pay rent? The bills? Food? Anna closed her eyes for a moment. I don't know. Silence filled the room. For the first time, Anna realized she had no plan. She had always managed to keep things together, no matter how tough things got. But now there was only an empty void ahead of her. That afternoon, Anna went out looking for work. She needed to fix this, fast. She stopped by the mall, the grocery store, even the little coffee shop on the corner. Everywhere she went, she got the same reaction. Curious stares, employees whispering, and when she reached the managers, the inevitable question, "You're the woman from the video, right?" She nodded, and the response was always the same. "Sorry, but we're not hiring right now." After the fifth rejection, Anna realized what was happening. No one wanted to hire her because of the viral story. Her name was tainted. Being famous online wasn't helping her, it was keeping her from getting a job. She walked back home feeling worse than when she left. That night, Anna checked her bank account. The number on the screen was terrifyingly low. She didn't want to do this, but she had no choice. She opened a freelance job website and started applying for anything she could find. Data entry, remote customer service, anything that would bring in quick cash. Hours later, with no responses, she collapsed onto her bed and draped an arm over her eyes. Was this it? Would she have to leave the apartment? How would she tell Lucas he might have to give up on his dreams? Silent tears rolled down her face. Then her phone vibrated. Anna picked it up, barely caring about notifications. But when she saw the sender of the email, her heart stopped. Sender, E. Subject, we need to talk. Anna frowned. Who was E? She opened the message, and her body tensed as she read the first lines. Anna, I saw what happened to you. I want to help. Let's talk. Anna stared at the screen, her heart pounding. A scam? A prank? But something about the message felt real. She hesitated, then typed a reply. Who was E, and what did they want from her? You're E? Keanu gave a small smile. Technically, I'm K. But yes, I was the one who sent the email. Anna leaned forward. But why? Keanu was silent for a moment, as if choosing his words carefully. What you did that night at McDonald's. It was a small act, but it meant a lot. Anna blinked in confusion. It was just coffee and fries. Keanu smiled. To you, maybe. But for me, it was different. You helped me without knowing who I was, without expecting anything in return. He paused, looking at her intently. And for a moment, I felt like I already knew you. Anna frowned. What do you mean? Keanu took a deep breath before saying something that made Anna's entire world tilt. Anna, your mother used to work at a movie theater, didn't she? Anna's body went rigid. How do you know that? Keanu held his coffee cup for a moment, as if recalling a distant memory. Because she was one of the people who helped me before I became famous. A chill ran down Anna's spine. Beside her, Lucas whispered under his breath, This can't be real. What did Keanu know about Anna's mother? Anna felt like the air had been knocked out of her lungs. She stared at Keanu, waiting for him to laugh and say it was a joke, but his expression was calm, serious. Her mother? Keanu Reeves knew her mother? Lucas sat frozen beside her, his mouth slightly open, as if his brain had crashed trying to process the information. Anna forced herself to speak. How do you know my mom? Keanu let out a small breath, his fingers tracing the rim of his coffee cup. It was a long time ago. I was still a struggling actor, just a nobody trying to make ends meet. I barely had money for food, let alone for movies. But I loved cinema. I would sneak into theaters just to watch films and study them. He gave a nostalgic smile. Your mother worked at one of those theaters. She caught me sneaking in once. Anna felt her stomach tighten. She could picture it perfectly. Her mother, always warm, always willing to help. Did she kick you out? Keanu chuckled. No, she saw me standing in the hallway, trying not to be noticed. Instead of reporting me, she walked up and handed me a ticket. She told me, everyone deserves to escape into a good story sometimes. Anna swallowed hard. That sounded exactly like something her mother would say. That wasn't the only time, Keanu continued. She let me in more than once. She even sneaked me a free popcorn once or twice. Anna's eyes burned. Her mother had passed away years ago, but now, here was Keanu Reeves, a world-famous actor, telling her that her mom had once helped him in his hardest days. Lucas finally found his voice. Wait, you're telling me that Mom helped Keanu freaking Reeves when he was broke, and now years later my sister randomly helps you at McDonald's? Keanu smiled. Life is funny, isn't it? Anna shook her head in disbelief. I can't believe this. Keanu leaned forward. I never forgot her kindness. It may have seemed like a small thing to her, but to me, it meant the world. And when I saw you that night at McDonald's, when I saw what you did, I felt like I had seen that kindness before. Anna's heart was pounding. So, what does this mean? Keanu took a sip of his coffee before answering. It means I want to help you, just like your mother helped me. Anna frowned. Help me? How? Keanu reached into his jacket and pulled out an envelope. He placed it on the table in front of her. Consider this a thank you gift. Anna hesitated before picking it up. Inside was a check, a ridiculously high check. She gasped. I can't accept this. Keanu raised an eyebrow. Why not? Because it's too much. Keanu smiled. To you, maybe, but for me, it's just a way to pass on the kindness your mother showed me. And you deserve it, Anna. You did something good and you got punished for it. That's not how the world should work. Anna looked down at the check, her hands shaking. This money could change everything. Lucas whispered, Anna, this could save us. She took a deep breath. Keanu, I don't know what to say. Keanu smiled warmly. Then don't say anything, just use it well. Anna stared at him, still struggling to believe this was real. Her entire life had changed overnight, and it was all because of a small act of kindness. What will Anna do with this life-changing opportunity? Anna sat there staring at the check, her mind racing. This was too much, too surreal. Just a few days ago, she was struggling to figure out how to pay rent, how to support Lucas, how to move forward. And now, sitting across from Keanu Reeves, she held a check in her hands that could change her life. Are you sure about this? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Keanu nodded. Yes, I don't see it as charity, Anna. This is me returning a favor. Your mother helped me when she didn't have to, and now, all these years later, you did the same. Lucas, still in shock, kept glancing between Anna and Keanu. This is insane, like movie script insane. Keanu chuckled. Maybe one day someone will turn it into a movie. Anna let out a shaky laugh. So, what do I do now? Keanu leaned back, thoughtful. That's up to you. This money is enough to keep you and Lucas on your feet for a while. But if you want my advice... Anna leaned forward, listening. Don't just survive. Use this as a chance to build the life you've always wanted. His words hit her like a bolt of lightning. For so long, Anna had been in survival mode, working long hours, scraping by, putting Lucas's future above her own. She had never even considered the possibility of something more. But now, for the first time in years, she had a choice. That night, Anna and Lucas sat at their tiny kitchen table, the check resting between them. Okay, Lucas said, tapping the table. Let's talk about what's next. Anna sighed. First thing, I'm paying off our debts. No more overdue rent, no more stress. Lucas nodded eagerly. Agreed. And after that? Anna hesitated. I don't know. I guess I could go back to school, maybe take a business course. I never really had the chance to study properly. Lucas grinned. You'd be amazing at that. Anna gave him a skeptical look. You think so? I know so. She smiled, feeling something she hadn't in a long time. Hope. Then she looked at Lucas. And what about you? His face lit up. I want to apply for film school. Anna felt her chest tighten. Lucas had always dreamed of making movies, of telling stories. And now, for the first time, that dream wasn't impossible. Then that's what we'll do, Lucas laughed, shaking his head. I still can't believe this is real. Me neither, Anna admitted. But as she looked at her brother, at their tiny apartment, at the check that represented a new beginning, she knew one thing. This was just the start. The sunlight streamed through the cafe window as Anna took a sip of her coffee. It had been a long time since she had last worked a night shift. Now she was finishing her first semester of business school. Lucas had been accepted into a prestigious film program. They had moved into a better apartment. Life wasn't perfect, but for the first time, it was theirs to create. Her phone buzzed. New message from Keanu Reeves. Subject, how's the new chapter treating you? Anna smiled as she typed back. Better than I ever imagined. Thank you, Keanu. She hit send and put her phone away, watching as Lucas sat across from her, scribbling ideas for his first short film. And just like that, she realized a single act of kindness really could change the world. If you enjoyed this story,